He got in, waved bye-bye to your 401k because it's going down the tubes.
Bye-bye.
It's a choice between
Then
optimism, patriotic vision for American
I'm not a pop
success,
star. I'm a
or
doctor.
Joe Biden's dark, dismal, gloomy. Did you hear what he said last night about darkness? Darkness, always dark. But it's a gloomy vision. We're about the American dream, all about the American dream, greatest country in the world.
Joe Biden's going to get shot, not Trump. Trump's going to continue to be the president. I think Joe Biden will get elected, and then he will get assassinated, or whatever, just disappear something, and also his vice president. Yeah, there you go. And because Trump needs to still be the president. And what'll happen is there's still going to be a rumor of disappearance of everybody, and then Trump comes back up. Because if Biden gets offed, by Biden, bye, see ya, Ian, bye, Ian. They're bidding off of Ian. The whole time I'm thinking Trump's going to get assassinated. No, he's not. Biden is. Because Trump has to rise back up. The wounded head from Biden, I better document this. Today is October 23rd, 2020, 5:13 p.m. So make sure I document my predictions. Look, it's a world script. Everybody has a right to guess whatever the hell you want. Well, I know why it is. People don't want to make predictions because, especially if you read the Bible or anything, or you preach any kind of word of God, because you don't want to be called a false prophet. A false prophet is when you're lying. A false prophet isn't somebody that has an opinion and says, you know what, I think this is going to happen. And then it doesn't happen. It's like, no, I guess I was wrong. Hey, does anybody else do that same thing? Do you ever bet on like a football game? Like, I bet you the Eagles will win. Oh, wait, no, they don't. Have they won yet? I bet you the score will be whatever. And then it's not. And it's like, you lost. Pay up. So my predictions, they're going to come true. Especially at 9/11. I was just looking, when I was walking down Center City this morning, looking at 611, backwards and upside down. Don't you know that that's 11/9? I looked at it upside down, it's 11/9. I'm like, interesting. 9th of Av, November 9th, from 2001, September 11th, 9/11, to November 9th of 2020 is exactly 7,000 days. 7,000 were slain. 7,000 days were slain. Because each day that goes by is dead. The day before is dead. It's in the past, it's done. 7,000 days. From one 9/11 to the next. The Statue of Liberty is standing, like, it's standing looking at, it's looking at the Twin Towers burning. William Penn is standing on top of the William Penn building, and right underneath of him has the similar, it's all about similarities. It's a similar stand where he's standing on, and he has his back turned on the Liberty 1 and Liberty 2 buildings. He has his back turned. Liberty 1 is at 1650 17th and Market. And Liberty 2 is at 50 South 16th Street. But it says it's the north. It's the north tower. But it's 50. The address is 50. On the back of a $50 bill, it also shows 17th and JFK, the Penn Center Building 8. But that address is 50. And at 8:48, the streams go up, they go down. On 7/8, the stream went up at 8:48 a.m. when I'm expecting a bombing, and then this time I'm expecting a bombing, and he shows up at the Lincoln Financial Field, but I'm expecting a bombing, and it didn't happen. But what did happen was the bombing happened with Obama showing up at the Lincoln Financial Field, but it didn't happen at 17th JFK. But what it did do is, go figure. What it did do is the streams stopped as it was going up, and then it went down. It paused. It stayed still. In between 8:47 and 8:48, and Obama was reading, as he has 9/11 down at the bottom, he was reading Psalm 46, I think. And at 8:47, he was talking about the streams of water, and the clock changed into 8:48. And at the same time, Kleck was telling you to pause it right here. And as I'm standing there on October 21st, 2020, the end of the world, the Harold Camping's world, the river stream and the dry ground, the desert right there at the Comcast building, Xfinity, it stopped. It paused at 8:48 a.m. As Obama's telling you, be still and know that I am God, at 8:48 a.m., I'm there doing that same thing. The waters stopped, they stayed still, and they went back up at 8:48 for a few seconds. And when I was there on 7/8, waiting for that bomb, I seen Jonathan Kleck up on the sky. I don't care if it's a hologram or not. The fact is that there was a figure up there, it dressed in white, and it was somebody at the very top at 8:48 a.m. on 7/8, 2020, and that building that he was standing on is Liberty 1. It's 945 feet, but it's a 58 story because Jonathan Kleck is 58 years old. The second building, 50 South 16th Street, is 848 feet tall. So it's all about the 848. I knew it meant something somewhere along the lines, and then I'm seeing more and more of what it is. The first 9/11, 7,000 days ago, coming up, November 9th. The North Tower was hit, I think, at 8:46 a.m. And George Floyd, he got his head kneeled upon for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. And that's why everybody did the kneel down for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. And then the next tower got hit at 9:03. So there was... Wait, was it not? Yeah. Or did it collapse? No, it got hit. Yeah, it collapsed later on. So where's the darkness coming to play? Like the darkness from the 6th hour to the 9th hour. Maybe that's talking about over in California. Because when it happens in Philly, Obama told you that as soon as dawn broke. So when is the daylight? It's not savings time, it's losing time. So I don't know what they call that. Turn back the clock. When do we turn back the clock? Because if we don't turn back the clock soon, November 9th, it'll be, when the sun rises, it'll be around 7 a.m. When do we turn back the clocks?
First Sunday in November. According to web exhibits, most of the
there you
United
go.
States begins daylight saving time at 2 a.m. on the second Sunday in March and reverts to standard time on the first Sunday in November.
There you go. Everything keeps lining up. The first Sunday, well, that's the first. It's November 1st. So even if it was November 8th, when does the sun rise in Philadelphia?
In Philadelphia tomorrow, sunrise is at 7:21 a.m.
Alright, so then by the time you get 6:21, does it go down? So, it's further. I'm not sure how that works. Either way, around 5:55 a.m. So between 5:55 a.m. and 8:48 a.m. darkness. But how does the darkness happen? What building gets hit first? Is it 17th and JFK, the bank, or is it Liberty 1, or is it Liberty 2? Because they're both twin towers. Well, I had to find which. What tower got hit first in 9/11?
According to Wikipedia, at 8:46 a.m., 5 hijackers crashed American Airlines Flight 11 into the northern facade of the World Trade Center's North Tower.
North Tower. And then so which one has the rod of iron on top? Because at 9:03 a.m., another 5 hijackers crashed United Airlines Flight 175 into South Tower. Which tower went down first? Well, the north one, the one that got hit first. About an hour and a half later, and then less than an hour, the South Tower. World Trade Center.
Here's a summary from Government Technology. Flight 11 hits the North Tower.
Alright, I'll try to look at the pictures here. Which one was hit first? I can't tell. I saw the plane coming. The first one, the one at the top, the one with the rod of iron got hit first. Okay, and yeah. So the rod of iron got hit first. That's the North Tower. That's the one that happened at 8:46 a.m. The North Tower got hit first. The one so that's the first one that got hit. The North Tower. Liberty 1 is the tower that has the rod of iron on top. Liberty 2 is the one that has a little nub. Has a little nub. But that one is 848 feet tall. So again, the North Tower got hit first. Let me just summarize this. Yeah, at 8:46 a.m., the North Tower got hit first. The North Tower has the rod of iron. The World Trade Center between the floors of 93 and 99. 93 and 99. Immediately following the plane's impact, emergency dispatch, direct fire department, everything. Did anyone survive? Did anyone survive? 2 of the planes were flown into the Twin Towers. I know I shouldn't be reading and driving if I'm really driving. I'm really driving. I wouldn't pretend that I'm... I would pretend, but eventually I would tell you and show you. I would show you the mechanics of my green screen. I just don't have one. I wish I did. I really wish I did. September 11th was the deadliest terror attack on that Jonathan Klecks... the terrorist. Yeah, that's it. The terrorist. Who would have thought all these years later that I know who actually is responsible for it? Unfolded the World Trade Center 19 years ago. You know, COVID-19. 19 years ago, 19 men hijacked 4 airplanes. I see, 19 men, huh? To carry out the deadliest terrorist attack on U.S. soil in a mission that was orchestrated by Jonathan Al Qaeda, the leader, Osama bin Laden. Right, yeah. So Obama. So Barack Hussein Sobarka Obama bin Laden O'Biden did it. 4 generations of Americans, September 11th became their version of "Where were you when Kennedy was shot?" And millions more recall memories of that day as if it happened last week. Nearly 3,000 people lost their lives in the attack in the Pentagon, in attacks in the Pentagon World Trade Center, and aboard the flight. Where'd it go? I can't stand when, like, you try to watch something and all types of images pop up, like little demons, all types of advertisements. So anyway, where were you? Here, let me ask you this. Where are you going to be on November 9th, 2020 at 8:48 a.m.? Where are you going to be? Well, I know where I'm going to be. I'm going to be... Am I going to be at Love Park? I want to make sure I see it. No. Wait a minute. Am I going to be at the Art Museum? I don't know. Love Park. Maybe I'll have to go back there and see where the best seat of the house is. I'm pretty sure, because Love Park, because Love Park is where they're going to be like, "There's been shooting a fish in a barrel. He's like a deer running in the headlights or something." And that would be at Love Park. Well, anyway, where am I going to be at? I'm going to be right there. And I'm probably... hopefully I'll live to tell the story. But man, what am I going to do when I see that happen? Well, I've already experienced it numerous amount of times. So when the second 9/11 does happen in Philadelphia, that'll be my second experience. Once it happens for the first time, I'll experience the second time around. I'm sure I won't be able to get up on YouTube. Probably won't have cable because it'll be Because when the missile hits 17th and JFK at the Penn Center Building 8, the Comcast building's right across the street, and that has all our cable. So that'll be an excuse to shut down our internet for 3 days at least. And so you won't hear from me. You might think I died because I'm telling you I'll be there, and they might say like it's completely destroyed, and who knows how it's going to turn out. But if a missile hits there, it's going to be a lot of damage. But if it's a bomb and a holographic image, it's going to be a little different. But man, you're going to see some stuff on TV. So that's the first tower. Tower 1 and Tower 2. (9/11) Tower 1 and Tower 2 and Tower 7. World Trade Center number 7. I'm not seeing a map of it. World Trade Center buildings didn't collapse? Sure they did. So World Trade Center 1, Tower 2, and Tower 7. They're the ones that collapsed. Okay. So likewise, Liberty 1 and Liberty 2 collapse, and Penn Center Building 8. So it's 1, 2, and 7 in New York, and then 1, 2, and 8 because it's 7 and of the 8th. 7,000 days later, the 8th, Penn Center 8 gets hit. It's on a it's on a Monday, and then 11/11 is 2 days later. Barack Obama's here in Philly, or he made his appearance, and he's here to rise up from the pit, or rise up from the sea, I mean. Yeah, it's so funny, it's hilarious, because now that I just read that, I wonder if you'll see the airplane image hitting it, or will it be the missile image. But because I just looked it up, I forgot all about Osama bin Laden being blamed for the first 9/11. So I'm going to blame Osama bin Laden again. But I'm going to blame Barack Hussein Osama bin Laden, Biden. So Biden, Ian, he's the one getting defiled. Barack Obama is hinting around, or at least, I don't know, what really is happening, but from what Barack Obama is trying to get you to perceive about what he's saying is that Biden, once he picked, my running partner, yeah, that's it, my running partner. So, and then Trump is trying to get you to perceive that Michelle Obama is his man. That's his man. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. All I can tell you is what they are trying to get you to perceive as they say these things. Liberty Mutual. It's all about the Statue of Liberty in New York, holding up the penis in its hand. Like, take that thing off, and you know, you have no choice, because if not, you're going to get beheaded. And Statue of Liberty is standing under the Arch of Titus, the Arch of Washington, that's representing the same arch as the William Penn building, with William Penn standing on top with his back turned, but facing the Statue of Liberty. And the Statue of Liberty has her back turned against William Penn, staring at the first 9/11 buildings. So behind William Penn is going to be the second 9/11 two buildings. All this time, I looked at those two buildings first, and then all these predictions, none of them happened. False prophet. All these predictions: 17th JFK, William Penn building, Lincoln Financial Field. Click the link below. All these things are happening, and then it comes to find out that it's not about the Lincoln Financial Field being destroyed, or bombs on the sideline, or asteroid hitting, or maybe it still is. Maybe the asteroid's still going to hit the link, but Barack Obama showed up at the link, because basically he officially began his 2 weeks of rising up for bin Laden, Obama bin Laden, because Obama's bin Laden. So it's not about the actual bomb hitting the Lincoln Financial Field. It's about Obama showing up at the link to start his ministry, and then work his way up. 4.1 miles is all he has to go to get to the destruction. So wherever Obama shows up, destruction is going to follow behind him. But where is Biden going to be when he dies? Because Christ gets wounded, and at the same time the wounded head of the, because as Christ gets wounded, the head gets wounded of the beast. Because at the same time, because Christ dies for the 3 days, which is a wound, but then he does live. But at the same time, he wounds the head of the serpent, and the serpent gets the wounded, deadly wound healed, because of Christ's heal. Christ healed the deadly wound of the serpent, because when he stepped on the head of the serpent with his heel, and the serpent bit his heel and gave him a wounded heel, well, Christ also healed the wounded head of the serpent. So the serpent, his head is healed. His mindset is healed from the love of Jesus. But at the same time, it's like a give and take kind of thing. Sometimes I think, I'm just going to push record for a minute and say what I'm going to say about what I'm hearing, and then go and then pause it, and it just never happens. I just keep rambling on, unscripted, without a purse.
Just in time for baseball's championship series, it's time for you to step up to the plate with DraftKings Sportsbook's latest.
Is baseball still playing?
Offer. Because when you
I
make
can't
your
imagine
first
watching it.
I was a bad guy, but you know what? I'll be a bad guy. Does anybody object to the ban on having radical Islam come in? The radical Islamic terrorists, no, we do have a ban. We invested $2.5 trillion in
well, your
rebuilding
ban's gonna be
our
stripped.
U.S. military. It's the best and
This is
strongest
live.
it's ever been, all made in the USA. With the best equipment in the world. Hydrosonic rockets go 7 times faster than what we
rockets
have
are
right
gonna
now.
hit
Think of it. We have the greatest
Philadelphia.
military that we've ever had.
Clegg was telling you
And
to
when I
rocket
came here
destruction.
first, The world's most overrated general said to me, "Sir, we have no ammunition." I said, "That's not good.
Hey,
No president should ever hear that. But we now have ammunition like
What
we
if-
never had ammunition before."
what if Kleck's son is Derek Bros? And and Derek is a man, full man, playing the Lucifer role, right? Playing the dragon role, giving his power over to the beast, Obama. Obama thinks that Derek is giving up power or whatever, and then, but see, Jonathan Kleck is a woman, so Jonathan Kleck is 58 years old and Derek Bros is 53. So yeah, you can have a baby at 15 years old. I'm sure they started early. So what if Derek Bros was Jonathan Kleck's only begotten son? And then that's why Derek Bros is playing the Christ role. Many are going to come in his name saying that he is he and deceive billions. And Jonathan Kleck never was a man, but he was always born a woman. What if that's the case? This is so great, because I know that Kleck or Derek, they don't get offended with what I say about them, not at all. They actually appreciate it that I have the courage to say whatever it is on my mind and push record, because ultimately, when you're the president of the United States, you can't allow anybody to bother you. You can't allow anybody to piss you off. You can't allow anybody to offend you, and you can't have any hatred in your heart for anybody. You got to be willing to speak your mind with whatever. So that's why they know, for watching me for these 3 years, at least Derek has been, because the House of Judah does it first. They're the 120 in upper room. They get saved first. It's just, I think Kleck was the last to I got his attention last. So they need somebody that they know is going to tell the truth and run things properly, like with correct judgment. So what if that's the case? That, because they do look similar. You can mistake them for twins, but what if Derek Bros is Jonathan Kleck's son, and he's playing out his only begotten son? Kleck could have daughters, but what if he is his only begotten son? The only one. Man. Oh, what if it ain't? Who knows? Either way, it's interesting.
There are more police.